Hoping to get your invoices paid quicker? Well, watch on. As a business accountant, my team and I spend all day long helping business owners on their journey. And as you can imagine, with the average UK small business being owed well over £23,000 on average at any one point, late payments comes up a lot. And the discussion around what can I do to make sure I get paid quickly is a common discussion for us with our clients. And I wanted to share 5 key tips in this video to help you get those invoices paid quicker. Now, before I do, if you like these type of videos, make sure to click the bell and the button and you'll get notified whenever we release more videos just like this one. So tip number 1 is very straightforward, and that is you need to invoice regularly. So one of the biggest challenges as a small business owner is finding the time to do the stuff that isn't doing the job, particularly when you start out or you're a micro business, it might just be you starting out. Let's say you're a freelancer. Invoicing can be something that people often leave to say like a Sunday afternoon to go out and try and find some time to do. And it's a real bad practice because obviously the later you send the invoice, the later you're going to get paid. And actually, honestly, you might think, oh no, I'm sure no one does this. It is a massive issue. It really is. Now, with the advent of cloud technology, such as like Xero, QuickBooks, and other invoicing tools, some of these are invoice only ones, they just do the invoicing. Either way, there is cloud tech out there or websites that help you do this. Being able to invoice really, really quickly. So create an invoice really quickly, particularly you want it to look professional, but be able to send it straight away is really important. So using the QuickBooks or the Xero example, you see this with a lot of tradesmen we work with. They've gone from, sitting on a Sunday night in their shed doing it all, trying to find time at the weekend when they've been, seeing the kids or working a lot of the time, and then sitting down and doing something they don't particularly enjoy, the admin side of it. That goes from that to maybe they leave the job, sit in the car before they get going, or sit in the van before they get going, invoice on their app, invoice on their iPad, whatever, and the bill's with the customer before they've even left the drive, and then therefore there's a much higher chance of getting paid. So that is absolutely tip 1. Do it regularly, and the action point for you is to make sure that, okay, using the trader example, that might be your new action point, is to change up your routine when you do it. But for everybody else, just make sure you've got a regular date in the diary where all you do is sort out those invoices. Or if you haven't got the technology in place, go and investigate what's on offer for you. Now, tip 2 follows on from invoicing quickly. What about invoicing clearly? Now, one of the issues, particularly if you invoice and work with big corporates, is quite often you might have to supply like a purchase order number or something like that. And it needs to be clearly identified on the invoice, or it just gets lost in their system because they don't know what it is, they can't match it, and therefore you're done. And then you end up chasing it, 3 months later because you realise it hasn't been paid, and suddenly it's, oh yeah, it's missing a purchase order number. And if you just put it on there at the beginning, you'd have already been paid. And then of course they'll use it as a reason to delay paying your invoicing because you might already be on some silly payment terms like 90 or 120 days, and then you don't chase it up for 2 months or 3 months, and then you have to submit it again and wait again like it's crazy. So making sure that you do it clearly is important. Again, making sure you investigate use of technology can help that, because it will lay it out nicely. You can often create custom fields that you can put in there, or at least have some sort of extra description or a purchase order reference box. There's lots of options, but making sure that it's clearly identified is really going to help you get paid. And then of course, not just reference numbers, it's also making sure that you've got clearly identifiable services on there, because a common one we see and hear a lot with business owners is they'll send an invoice and then their customer gets it and goes, I don't actually get that, I need to speak to them about it, and just sits there because it's not on the top of their radar to sort out. So, and then you chase it, and again, then you've got to have the debate around what it was for, do you remember that discussion, that kind of stuff. So again, making it as clear as possible as to what it is. Maybe you reference an email that you did or a date you spoke about, I don't know, there's lots of options, depends on your particular field of business as to, and how you operate as to what you put on there. But yeah, trying to make it absolutely as crystal clear as possible. And sometimes that can mean actually reducing the amount of information on it. But you do see a lot of invoices where it's just like services for the month, and someone's like, well, what is that then? Because especially if the bill changes. So bear that in mind, make sure that they're nice and clear. And of course, if you want to get paid on time, as part of that clearness, you need to clearly state your payment terms. The amount of invoices we see where someone has issued it with a date on the invoice, which is great, and there's a video on what you should put on an invoice that we've done on the channel if you want to have a look at that. But you've got the invoice there, but you haven't put your payment terms are. So that some people then automatically, I don't know why, they go, oh, it's 30 days then, or whatever the case may be. So making sure it's really obvious. You see people will literally go strictly 7 days or immediately payable, whatever the case is. Just make sure it's obvious and really stands out so that people know exactly when they're meant to be paying you. Now, tip 3 is a bit of an odd one because you think, well, I shouldn't have to do this, but the reality of the world, particularly if you're also working with small businesses, is this step is going to be needed, and that's to remind regularly. So making sure that you've got a date in your diary that when your invoicing dates, you could do it once a month, or if you've got only a couple of big invoices, you might try and time it after there. But shortly after the due date of those invoices, you need to make sure that you're reviewing your credit control, as it's known, looking at who owes you what money and sending reminder statements. Personalised letters work quite well, or a little note on a printed statement posted to someone. That sounds a bit old school, but sometimes we see that can get quite a good result. People have had some great successes with that because it's a bit unusual. Resending automated statements from your software, if you've got it, or your invoicing system online, whatever you use, is still really good, but with the amount of stuff going in inboxes and how regularly people check them or not, sometimes changing it up a bit if you've got some stubborn invoices and using maybe like a handwritten note or something can also help. And you might think, oh, it's a lot of work, but do you want the money or not? And you obviously can get better with this, and you can contact your customer or your client, and you can have discussions around, how can we avoid this in the future? But you'll find that if you just have a date to remind people regularly, great. Even better, and I do see some small businesses doing this, is they have a routine where they remind in advance. So they'll send a statement with 7 days to go. So it's like, okay, this is coming up. Can you make sure this is on your radar? So that's even more of best practice. And again, there is software to do this. So there are several apps which will connect to like a Xero or QuickBooks and automate those things. So you can send up different severity of reminders if it's unpaid, or you can remind in advance. They can do lots of things. So they might be worth looking at. The only caveat to that, in terms of how useful they are, is to make sure your bookkeeping is up to date regularly, because the system is automatic. So if it looks at your bookkeeping and goes, oh, they haven't paid, and actually they have, but you haven't updated your bookkeeping, you've got a bit of a risk there. So you've got to be conscious and careful that you're up to date with it and that you're happy that those things are going to go out correctly. So, but that's an option. So reminding regularly is the tip. Number 4 then, this also relates to how clear your invoice is, but it's a bit more than that, and that's making sure that it's easy for someone to pay you. I find it incredibly odd that it's difficult to pay people. Like you'd phone up a business and be like, can I have your bank details so I can pay you? And they'd be like, no, can't give you those. Why not? I want to pay you. You phone up and, I don't know, can I pay by card? No, there's cash only in here. And it's like, it's incredible, isn't it, in this day and age? And you still see it now. I think there's a local takeaway to me that will only deal with cash. And it's like, I don't want cash. I haven't got cash. I have, and I'm sure other people have, just walked out and gone somewhere else. So creating frictionless payment is really important. And again, technology's there, Izettle machines, and there are others available, Stripe, all these things. There's easy, super low cost terminals that you can use to get paid on that allow friction. And at the end of the day, yes, they've got a fee, but would you rather have the money or have to chase it? There's a value to your time chasing it later. So having these payment solutions in place is really important. And if you can build that into your invoice, and even better, if they can have a pay now button on it, or it clearly states your bank details on the bottom, or you've got a direct debit system, whatever the case may be, creating all those opportunities and ways for people to pay you is really going to help get that invoice paid quicker. I know for me, a busy business owner, if an invoice comes to me and there's no quick way of paying it, or I've got to contact them to find the bank details or something, it's going to slow the payment down, because otherwise I could maybe do it on my phone or something else, or have one of the team schedule it with the details that are on the invoice. There's lots of things that are possible. So yeah, making sure you've got frictionless payment options is definitely an action point. Tip 5 is reviewing who you give payment or credit terms to. And what I mean by that is the minute you're giving somebody time to pay, you're effectively putting them on like a credit system, please just wait a bit, pay us when you fancy, but as long as it was in the next 7 days. And what people often do with that is they make the mistake of thinking that there's a standard 30-day thing. There isn't. You can do what you like. Ask for it up front if you want. Add in 30 days to the length of which you're going to get paid those invoices. In the world of the small business is crazy. Bearing in mind that people often take a good 10 plus days on average, depends when the study's done, over the due date to pay you anyway, on average. So you're adding another 10 days on top of that. So 30 is not a default, it's just something that is often, it seems to be accepted. So go back and have a look, particularly if you don't know if these companies are any good. You're working for free until they've paid you. So if you don't know if they're credit worthy, for all you know, they're on the way down. Their current suppliers won't serve them anymore, and they've come to you for the bit of work knowing they're not going to pay you. So there's lots of potential issues here, so really think about that. And if you've got any worries, then ask for the money up front or do something else. Take a card payment. Again, if we go back to payment services, make sure you've got a card available. If someone hasn't got the cash, they could pay you on a credit card. That's their problem then, not yours. So just making sure that, yes, you don't have to offer 30 days, you don't have to give credit to everybody. And I'm sure if you've dealt with some small businesses, you would have come across that yourself. They won't open credit accounts for you as let's say you're a brand new limited company, never done business with them. There are sort of wholesalers out there that won't give you any credit. You have to pay at the till or do whatever. So bear that in mind and don't worry about it. Be strong about that, because ultimately it's your money, and money is the lifeblood of your business, and making sure that you protect that cash flow is going to be really important. So just think before offering payment terms at all, and then really think if you're going to be extending that payment deadline quite far onward. So those are the 5 key tips. So make sure firstly you go and check your technology. There are a lot of studies that show that the payment time comes down with payment technology. So go and check out how you invoice. Can you do that through technology? How can you get paid? How many options can we do? All these type of things, and you will get paid quicker on average. If you know anybody that needs to know this information, please do share it with them, and I'll see you in the next one.